Right, I'm going to do a video of the plumbing of the fish tank. This is mainly for Mr. Lynch to explain to him how it all works. Okay. Now, we're just looking over the top of the tank. This pipe here is coming from the sump, so water is coming back up from down below back into the tank. And this is an overflow. So as the water rises, it's coming up here, rises up, and then it flows over the overflow, down in here, and out this pipe. There's a hole in the bottom of the tank, so the water goes back down into the sump from here. So there's two of these. There's one here on the left back of the tank, and then on the other end there's one in the back here as well. So you can kind of see the water flows over these, through here and down back into the sump. So I'll try and get a closer look so you can see the water going through. Right, so from there we'll go down. You can see the side of the overflow here, and that's the water level here. So the water is flowing over down here, down the pipe here, and down, so straight down into the bottom of the tank. So there's an actual hole down here where it actually goes down into the sump. So now I'll show you the workings of the tank, where the sump is. So this will be the first compartment. I should open all of those. Now, so this is the plumbing that's coming from the overflow. This pipe here is from the left overflow, and then there's a pipe in the corner here, this one, that's going from the right overflow. So the water is flowing down through these pipes, down into the sump. So it goes down into the first compartment of the sump, which is here. You can actually see some of the bubbles there as the water is coming down. And then it flows down here. You can see it all the way down here. It's down to the bottom. Goes underneath here and back up again. So any big particles of dust, dirt or whatever end up down in here, so you can siphon them out when you need to. So we follow the water back up here, and then it goes in kind of over here, and then I've got two filter socks here. So you can see the water actually flowing over the filter socks. So over here, then through the filter socks here. So the filter socks remove any big particles. They also help to polish the water before it goes into the skimmer. So you can see this other pipe here, just along here. This is coming from the Biopellets, but I'll explain to that in a second. So after it goes through the filter socks, the water overflows through them, and then it goes into the skimmer. You can see the skimmer pump down here. That's your skimmer pump. So the water's being pumped in here, air is being injected in at the same time, goes up through, and it forms a foam at the top. You can see the foam here, and then the foam eventually overflows the top here, and you end up with this skimmate, crap, gunk, whatever you want to call it, that is from the tank. So that's your main filtration for removing particles, proteins, whatever from the water. So after it goes from here, we go to the next compartment. Now, so we're flowing out of skimmer. That's your overflow from your skimmer here. You can see it with the red pipe. The water's actually flowing up through here. And then the water, there's a little lip here, so it's overflowing here. And here you can see these bubbles are created actually by the Biopellet bacteria in the tank. About this time every day, when the lights start to come on, the fish are being fed, you start to see this stuff build up. So the water is coming into this compartment here, where the Biopellet reactor is. There's a pump that feeds water up into the reactor. You can see it, and it goes down into the reactor here, pushes the pellets up, so the water is constantly flowing up through the pellets. and then out here along this pipe, and then back down where the skimmer is and where the filters are. So there's a continuous cycle of water from here and around here. Okay, so just extra filtration. After this, well, in here you can see there's 2 heaters as well. So these heat the water for the tank as well, and there's a thermometer in here as well, so it's all computer controlled. So you go from here. Now, the water is actually flowing from here downwards again and under here and then back up, and then there's a lip here. What I've done is I have the water level very low in this particular part of the fish tank, so there's a very, very thin layer of water flowing over here. You can kind of see it there. It's better for you. So it's like a little waterfall. What that helps to do is oxygenate the water, remove carbon dioxide after being gone through the pellets and whatever, and so it just helps with filtration again. So the water that's going back up to the tank then is better oxygenated, less carbon dioxide, which is what you want. Now, the final reactor I have in here is a carbon reactor. Now, again, it's very similar to the Biopellet reactor. So there's another pump here, down at the bottom. Water's flowing up here, up into the reactor, down through here, which causes these to move around. So the water's flowing up through them. So that's your carbon filtration. And then back out down here. And that's the final kind of polishing the water. Helps remove any toxins, heavy metals, also gets rid of any smell or anything in the water. So that's an important part of my filtration system. And then finally, the water comes through here, and then there's a pump here at the bottom, and this pumps the water back up. And you see that pipe that's here, this actually leads up to the pipe that I showed you at the beginning, where the water is pumped back into the system, and it just continues like that. So the water goes up here, back down through the overflows, back through the system and up again. So it's a continuous cycle. And that's it for the moment. Thanks very much.